What is up, my Capricorn friends? Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. We're going to read your tarot cards. As always, guys, come into these readings with an open heart and an open mind. Not everything I say will resonate with everyone out there. This is optional advice or guidance, so only take away what resonates with you. Let's have some fun. Let's get Capricorn some inspirational messages, some good insight. Start with an oracle card. I like this one. Your soul whispers love, your ego shouts fear. I think that came out in Leo's reading. That came out in another card, another zodiac sign. I think it was Leo. Or maybe in Cancer. All right, let's see. Give me one more. Ooh, two more, says the universe. Step out of your comfort zone and try something new. Always a theme in my earth sign readings. And then last but not least, nourish your body with high vibing energy. I'm really digging these oracle cards. They're just so modern and fun, and I just like the artwork. I think they're cool. So a little oracle advice for you. We're going to hop into the tarot. We'll keep those in mind as we go, but maybe those are just some simple messages you guys needed to hear. Where is fear creeping into your life where it's blocking you from your blessings? That's something important to consider here. Step out of your comfort zone. It's easy to lure ourselves into the idea that it is safer in what is familiar, when a lot of times we just become so numb to what we're dealing with in a situation that it becomes normal. But a lot of times when you step away from that and experience something new, it's that breath of fresh air. So as much as it may scare you, there may be fear attached to it. A lot of time, it's worth taking that leap of faith. So do that where you see fit in your life. For a lot of you, it may even have to do with something involving your daily regimen and health routine, something involving like your nutrition or your diet, or whether you're trying to build muscle or lose weight or something. There's just something about this that feels like it's like you need to feed your body the proper nutrients right now. And of course that could be a metaphor too, feeding your body what it needs. Maybe it's just a good dose of sunshine, of happiness, of hanging out with people who inspire you, right? What's good for your body right now, and where are you letting fear get in the way of you moving towards that? All right, Capricorn, let's pull some tarot for you. Weekly messages for Capricorns. We're going to split the deck. One good shuffle. What does Capricorn need to hear? Lovers. Who's dealing with a Gemini? Okay, so there could be a separation or an argument with someone that you're really in love with, or you're in love with someone who isn't available. It could be a Cancer. Let's see here. So you have Cancer and Gemini showing up as major arcana. So you might be dealing with one of those. Doesn't have to be, because as much as these are zodiac signs, they also represent ideas and concepts going on in our life. This is about balance and internal balance specifically. The black and the white sphinxes that are kind of driving this chariot. It represents our internal balance, our dark and our light energies, our masculine and our feminine, our shadow side and our light side, which everybody has as a human being. What's important to remember is those two things must work together in unison to get that thing to pull forward. And notice how he's not driving it with his hands, right? There's no reins in his hands. He's driving it essentially in his mind, or with his mind. So it's important to remember about, yes, mental stability, but what I mean by that is more a balanced mindset. It's important to act on your thoughts and your perception, but not without checking in with your emotions first. I think that's really important in this card. So then, interesting, what's between these two zodiac signs is a lot of friction or misunderstanding or hurt feelings. So I would even pose that maybe you're in a friend circle and you have two friends that are fighting, and maybe you're kind of monkey in the middle of how do we get this to work. This could be your parents. This could be your siblings. These could be coworkers, right? I do like the Chariot card. Again, it represents Cancer. It also just represents a victory in understanding your internal balance and moving forward with that. Again, so your health and diet are playing a really key factor into this. Probably in ways you're not even totally understanding. Some of you just might not be sleeping well at night because of this, right? Anxiety or insomnia is what I was trying to say. So then I think it's interesting that the Lovers card is falling under this oracle card that says your soul whispers love, but your ego shouts fear. So that's sort of like symbolic to me of, as much as you like this person, there's something getting in the way that is in fact fixable, Capricorn, but are you willing to change your perspective on the matter and not only understand in a zoom out perspective, seeing the forest from the trees, not looking at it specifically from your viewpoint about what you did or what was done to you. It's kind of about zooming it out and seeing it from a non-biased perspective, because I think you're too deep in it to fully understand where things kind of went awry or where they went wrong. Of course, this is by no means a personal attack on you, but the mere fact that it says there's love here, but also fear and ego is playing into it too, that seems like exactly what this storyline is saying to me. It could be that your ego is playing a role in this, and by default, it's not necessarily healthy or helping the situation. So essentially, again, when you almost like hit reset on where you're at with the matter, try and see it from someone else's perspective, it's very possible that you're able to like bridge this gap or this awkward thing that came in between you in a relationship. Now, of course, that's going to be a little bit different if it's not you who's involved in the thick of it, if you're just kind of in the middle of, say, your parents are in a divorce or something like that. Let's get a little bit more. So let's jump into this kind of anxiety card, because of the three, this is the one that's the most concerning. Some of you may be feeling left out because the person that you had maybe romantic feelings for isn't available. They may have chosen someone else. They may have chosen to end something with you. Some of you are at a distance from your person, and it might just be circumstantial, but it seems like that's really taking a toll on you. It's like as much as you love this person, you want to be with them, and for some reason you can't because the universe has essentially sent you away on some other mission. Maybe it's for your job. Maybe it's to take care of something in the home, to be with your family. Yeah, it could be that okay, this makes a lot of sense to me. You may be riddled with anxiety about having to choose between possibly a location that is close to a spouse or your sweetheart versus being able to spend time with your family. It's possible that that's putting a wedge because it's like you're trying to cater to both. And both are very important, especially from what I know about Capricorns. Again, I am speaking in stereotypes, so know that in advance. Capricorns do tend to really value family and having like a very solid foundation of their family. And certainly not everyone is blessed with that opportunity, but even more so, I think if Capricorns do grow up in an environment that wasn't super stable, all the more reason why as an adult, they want to create that foundation for their family. You guys do tend to be very family oriented, which I think is beautiful. But in a sense though, your dedication or loyalty to your family, which again, beautiful, that may actually be causing a wedge in a relationship. And this could go vice versa too. If your spouse or whoever is having family issues, it may sort of be stunting the growth and livelihood, I'm hearing, the thriving ability of your romantic relationship. So what is the problem and what is the solution to this anxiety? You have a lot of big cards coming up, like 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups. So I do think in a sense this will end in a victory, but I'm not sure it's what necessarily you're viewing as a victory right now. If this is a separation, as difficult as it may be, it could be that the universe is saying you've graduated from this person. So essentially have faith in me that I'm leading you down a new path and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. It's going to be a victory, but you do need to take responsibility for detaching from a situation if it truly has outrun its course. And for some of you, that might be the case. Others of you, there may be strain about feeling pressured to, again, establish a family. If you are casually dating or you've been dating for a long time, it could be that there's a lot of pressure on a person feeling like, okay, now it's time to join worlds, essentially like put a ring on it, marriage. If that's the case, I do feel like someone, it's like half in, half out, like the way their hands are touching. It's like, I like you, but like, so, and essentially I'm almost getting this person may feel more comfortable being more independent or bachelorette lifestyle. There's a lot of messages coming through Capricorn. So what is the issue? Thank you. And what is the solution to this anxiety? As much as I can guide Capricorn, what is the solution? Ugh, too many solutions. All right, let's see. It's distance. It's moving away from something or someone you love. It's taking a leap of faith, but really it's like, it feels like the universe, you hear the calling essentially that it's time to commence this new chapter of your life, right? That doesn't mean moving across the country for all of you. It just means it's going to put some sort of distance in a relationship in your life. If it's not a physical distance, though for most of you, I do think it is. You have a lot of like travel cards. Could also be indicating emotional distance or some break or separation just to see what else is out there. Yeah, so I actually do like that this is coming out because I think it's more clear to me. The universe essentially is giving, they've unlocked a door for you and you have the choice, Capricorn. You have the free will. You have the option to walk through that door and see what's on the other side. But I'm almost getting it in order to do that, there's a separation from some relationship in your life that does in fact mean a lot to you, but I think you're starting to question, what will I sacrifice by staying with this person or in this environment or in this relationship? And some of you are wondering, can I do both? Probably, right? I mean, nothing here is fated, but the mere fact that this is coming out, step out of your comfort zone and try something new. I think most of my Capricorns, this is, if this resonates, I think what this is saying, this is the confirmation that opportunity to go and travel or spread your wings, have new experience in some area of life, it would be really good for you, because essentially if you're feeling stuck or complacent or something that's causing sort of rocky emotions, rocky waves, this opportunity, this open doorway that the universe is like, come this way, right? It's like they're luring you and tempting you, but it's actually a good thing. It's not trickery or deceit. It's actually going to give you a fresh perspective. It's going to possibly give you new knowledge and information. There's new lessons to be learned here. It's a great opportunity for growth, and I would even say you're stimulating yourself intellectually, right? It seems like some of you, it's like you're tapped out. You've reached the full potential, and now it's time to start the new chapter. What's keeping you stuck, though, is your loyalty or dedication to someone. And I want to emphasize that is not in itself bad, because it says to me, you care tremendously about this person. You don't want to hurt them. You don't want to put them in an awkward position. But unfortunately, I think you're looking at it as like, oh, now I have to go in and be the bad guy. And I think that is where sort of the fault in this lies, is that by honoring your inner truth and understanding like, okay, there's a really great opportunity for me, and I would feel like I am sacrificing part of myself by not going after it and essentially establishing dedication to this person, maybe that in itself is indicating this isn't the right person for you then. Because ultimately, whether it's family or friends or romantic, right? If this person truly does love you, they would want you to chase that little calling to make sure that you feel fulfilled in life. Essentially, if this person is saying, no, don't move to the city because I love you and what's going to happen to our relationship, I would offer that, well, something isn't quite right there. If this person truly loves you, you would make it work, long distance, or you would try time apart in order to fulfill your own independent lives and dreams and wishes. And then who knows, maybe you could come back together. The solution, when I'm asking for it quite bluntly, if you will, is this is not a glass half empty scenario. This is a little bit like total eclipse of the heart. Everything is going wrong. What am I going to do? It's because you're looking at what has been lost. You're looking at the Three of Cups, which you're not acknowledging. What you have your back towards is this Two of Cups. This is all about new opportunities, even I would say compatibility, new friendships, new romantic prospects. Not all is lost by ending something in this relationship. And I'm not even going to say ending it, but essentially order of priority, it's not this right now. It's whatever this is. And to me, this is saying chase your passions. That curiosity, that intrigue, that excitement you're feeling by this new opportunity coming into your life, it feels like a blessing from the universe. It feels like an offering that could make you very happy, right? It's a swell of emotion. And I get that swell of emotion. It's like, oh my God, this is so awesome. I can't believe this is happening. But with that, there's a different swell of emotion factoring into this, which is like, but how am I going to tell my boyfriend? How am I going to tell my girlfriend? How am I going to tell my mother? I get that. Very much monkey in the middle. So even if these aren't two people, these are two opportunities. Is it a relationship or is it the job? And I'm not saying you can't choose both. You absolutely can, but again, you can't have it all at once. At least in this very specific tarot spread, it does seem like there is a choice. There is a decision to be made. I think you are overwhelming yourself with all the things that could go wrong versus all the things that could go right. Nourish your body with high vibing energy. I think that's important too, because essentially this is saying to me, if you love this person, level with them and be honest with what you are feeling and that you're very excited to go chase this dream. And like, maybe you guys just need to be more solution oriented, right? Can you come with me? Can we do long distance? Can we visit each other every other weekend, right? It's like, it's not looking for problems, it's looking for solutions. And I would argue if this person is not even willing to have the conversation with you about what are some creative solutions, again, I would argue this person does not have your best interest in mind. And I know that sounds harsh, especially for my cross watchers who are like, is Capricorn moving out on me? Capricorn seems like they have a really good opportunity, so I would offer to anyone who this is resonating for, if you truly love this person, don't let your ego get into it that by Capricorn chasing their dream, they're rejecting me. That's not true at all. I can tell Capricorn has a tremendous amount of respect and loyalty to this person, but in a way it's interfering with what they are meant to pursue in their spiritual path right now. Nourishing your body with high vibing energy. So if you are dealing with someone who is potentially on the list of becoming your ex, understand that if what they're giving you to work with is all this negative energy and baggage and almost manipulative, well, how could you leave me and what about me and blah, blah, blah. That in itself is saying to me, this person is not nourishing you as a person. It's a two-way street. It's 50-50. So let's say the shoe's on the other foot, right? You're in love with this person and they all of a sudden get their dream job in New York and you live in, I don't know, Florida, right? Are you going to say, no, don't move? This is their dream job. Like Capricorn, you know how to prioritize work stuff more than any other zodiac sign, right? It's not to say that you are not treating the people in your life right, but there's something very important about if the shoe is on the other foot, I have the feeling that Capricorn would encourage and inspire their person to go after that thing. Because otherwise, let's pretend that they don't. There's always going to be that part of them that looks back and wishes that they did. Or if not that, looks back and wonders what could have been. And ultimately, they're going to have to shoulder that burden of, why didn't I listen to my intuition? I felt like I was called to do it and I didn't because of another person. That's not taking accountability, right? That's kind of pushing off blame. But also, I think the person who essentially is throwing down the guilt trip is also having to realize that they're forcing their partner to make sacrifices for them, and that in itself is kind of selfish. Now, granted, I'm sure there are details of the story that are going to differ for all of you, so I'm not saying wholly that your person is bad. Maybe this person isn't coming at it from a place of manipulation, but they are coming at it from a place of ego and selfishness. And again, I'm not saying that they're the devil. I'm not saying they're the worst person, but it is in its fact selfish to be like, no, I want you to be in my life and I want you to sacrifice your dreams so we can be together, right? And again, I really want to emphasize, I do sense there's a tremendous amount of love here, but I think especially on your person's end, there is an element of codependency. And I think you're trying to cater to that when in your heart, you know, you're meant to go off and go on some adventure. And this could be temporary. I almost like internship, for 5 months, I have to go do this or whatever. It doesn't have to be for all of eternity, but I think the way your partner is handling this news speaks volumes about where they are at in terms of their emotional intelligence. So know that it's not your job to make it okay for them. It's your job to be truthful and honest, to be kind and compassionate to them if you truly love them, but you don't need to rearrange your life to cater to what they need from you. This person has a lot of growing to do in order to understand that they don't need anyone to feel secure and stable. That may be an area in life where they really need to mature and develop and understand that it's like you can't control other people. This person may have control issues. It might be a Gemini, it might be a Sagittarius, it might be a Cancer. And I've said this before, but just to reiterate, this doesn't have to be the end of everything, but I do feel like your partner is painting you into a corner where some of you're going to have this dawning that, wow, this person who I've been with for 3 years and I love so much, all of a sudden is giving me kind of like this spiteful reaction when something really amazing has come to me. It's like they're that person you want to celebrate with and they're giving you like this. And so a lot of you, it's sort of giving you this much clearer perspective on who this person is and what they really wanted. And again, it doesn't make them a bad person altogether, but it is highlighting an area where they're letting their shadow side show. And I think for a lot of you, it either came out of nowhere or it's something that remained hidden until the stakes got higher. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's not what I was expecting. My gut reaction to this Capricorn is you are meant to go on this trip. You are meant to take advantage of this opportunity. I think that's why your 9 of Cups and 10 of Cups, which didn't come out, but they showed themselves. I think that's when you take this risk, when you step out of your comfort zone, when you face your fear. And for some of you, your fear is just confessing to your person that, I'm sorry, this isn't for me anymore. Essentially like a breakup. I do see you trying to orchestrate that in a very kind, gingerly way. But essentially, depending on how your person is reacting, I think you're going to go in with compassion. I think you're going to share your truth. I think you're going to communicate. But essentially, I get the vibe like, but you've already bought the plane ticket. So in a sense, there's no going back. So as much as you're hoping that your person can understand, I think you pretty much have come to the decision that, no, I need to do this. And again, this is a general reading, but my vibe is I think that's the right choice. If this person really loves you, if you really love this person, you will find a way to make it work. So what awaits Capricorn in this new opportunity? The world. A whole new world. Flying on the magic carpet. Opportunity. That's so funny. Do you know how I was using that metaphor of all of a sudden a new door has been unlocked, something like you've never been able to get through before, and like that intrigue, that excitement of, oh my gosh, like I'm literally seeing a door with like lights shining through it where it's like, it's almost like glowing or it's illuminated and you're like, oh my God, like, you know, choirs of angels. I feel like I'm being called towards this. For those who have seen this movie, The Nightmare Before Christmas, this deck is actually really cool. Like, I know it seems kind of like kitschy, but I love this deck. For those who know, look at all those doors that are presenting itself. So I'm asking Capricorn, now that this new door or opportunity has been unlocked, what awaits them? Even more opportunity. Behind one door, it's almost like Alice in Wonderland. Behind one door, you unlock it, and then there's another one, and there's another one. And I don't mean that as obstacles or opposition. I mean, this opens you to a whole new area of life where there's many different avenues and opportunities you could take advantage of. I think what I was saying earlier is you may be so stifled in a relationship, but it's become your normal because you don't know any better, because you haven't taken a leap of faith to try something new. And it's not to say you haven't wanted to, just circumstances were so where maybe new opportunities weren't coming. And all of a sudden you get a big one. And I am frustrated in that this great opportunity is coming your way and already you're starting to second guess it because how is this other person going to respond? I get it. Relationships are complicated, but I am being called to say you need to look out for what's best for you. And I think this would be a really good opportunity for you, Capricorn. All right. I think that's what I got for you, Capricorn. I get it. This is a bit of a struggle, but this is not a prison sentence. This is not something that you have to deal with any longer than you choose to. I almost get this as like, yes, it may inevitably be a little bit painful for both of you, or particularly for one of you, probably your other person. I think your best bet here is to like rip the Band-Aid off. You don't have to do it cruelly, but it's like you just have to get this conversation over with, because I think the more you delay it or avoid it, there's this buildup and you're starting to like project all these terrible scenarios of what this person is going to do or say when you share that news with them. Again, if this person truly loves you and respects you and values you, they will be happy that you have this new opportunity in your life. And maybe they will be open to having this conversation about moving. Maybe you literally need to pick up and move around the globe or something like that, right? I mean, it's possible with these showing up. This is a big change for you. It's a big chapter. And again, it's a victory with this card showing up. The world, it's like you've graduated. So whatever you've been through for the last, X amount of months or years, you've earned this. You've achieved it. The universe is offering you this blessing in acknowledgement of all the hard work and hours and effort you've put in. How could you say no? How could you turn this down, right? This person may react better than you. In fact, okay, let's ask that real quick. Intuitively, some of you know they're going to have a shit fit, but that's not true for all of you. Some of you are making it out to be this monster that it won't be. I'm just going to wrap this up real quick. They're going to be sad. But will they still communicate with Capricorn, or is this pretty much done? And I mean, it's kind of silly that I'm doing this because it's a general reading. So the more specific I get, it's not casting as wide a net, but I'm here for it. So they're going to be sad. And the thing is, you guys already knew that. That's not news. They're going to be a little bit heartbroken. But will they support Capricorn? I think they're going to be angry at first. They're going to let you go. I mean, and really they have no choice. But essentially what's coming into you as a blessing is this World card. So they have it showing up in their kind of energy too. So for some of you, it's possible they may choose to go with you if that offer even stands. For some of you, this is like an independent thing. But if the conversation could be had of, hey, maybe we can join worlds again, maybe they will. I could also see this as, okay, maybe you both have reached that point where you can come to accept the fact that what we had was good, but maybe we've graduated from this. Once you get past the honeymoon stage of a relationship and shit gets real, maybe this is truly a test on how solid this relationship is. And maybe for the time being, there's going to be a conversation where you both agree, okay, let's try time apart and see what happens. Even so, I would argue, though, that this energy is really emphasizing to me, yes, on the opportunity. They may not agree with it, but it's really not about that. It's about you, right? This is your tarot reading. All right, Capricorn, that's what I got for you. Please remember to like the video, guys. That really does help me so much. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Leave me a comment if you would like, especially if this resonated for you. Thanks for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it, and I will see you next Wednesday for more tarot. Bye, Cap.